Okay, back to school routine, that's a good one. So loads of little ones have gone back to school or just started school, like my son, just starting school this week. And actually going back to school after the summer break or even just starting school, it's tiring. You know, they've had the summer where they can, if they're a bit older, maybe sleep in, or they can just snooze off during the day. Maybe you've been out for the day and your little one's just nodded off in the car on the way home because they can. But when they're at school, they're on the go all day. And even, it's actually really worth noting, even if your child, like mine, has been in preschool for the last few years and done longer days, you know, an 8-hour day maybe, they've been there for, you know, all day, and then you think, well, school's only a short day, it's 9 to 3, it's, you know, it's much shorter. It's amazing how tiring they do find that day. It's just, it's new, it's different, the classes is bigger, the way it all flows is different. They do find it tiring, so it's mentally tiring. So your child is likely to be more tired than usual, even if they're just doing half days this week. So my advice to you on that is early nights. Never be afraid of an early night. Parents are really afraid of, oh no, my child wakes at 6. If I put them to bed an hour earlier, surely they're going to wake at 5. It doesn't work that way, I promise you. They'll still wake at the same time. If 6 is the time that your child wakes up, you're still going to wake at 6, even if you put them to bed an hour earlier. So don't be afraid of an early bedtime. You'll actually probably find their sleep better. They probably have less disturbances in the night and may even sleep in a little later. So early to bed is the best tip I can give you. If your child comes home from school and they are really sleepy, even if they nod off on the way home from school, if there's a little bit of a drive, that's okay. Don't worry about them having a sleep later in the day. Just make it a short one. So 20 minutes maybe at the most. I mean, it really I wouldn't let them go more than half an hour, but just that little cat nap, if it's at 3:30 or 4 o'clock, it's not going to be a problem. You shouldn't see any difficulty getting to bed at bedtime because they've had that little cat nap. It's just that their body needs a little bit of extra rest because it's coping with a big change. That's not going to be long term. That's going to be a week or 2 at the most, and then they'll probably get used to it, adapt and settle in a bit more to that. So early to bed and little cat nap if necessary is not a problem. I think yesterday it was, I picked my son up, he stayed for lunch in his first week and he fell asleep on the way home in the car, and so I just stayed in the car, let him have a little bit. He probably only had about 15 minutes, but he needed it and it's fine, and he went to bed early last night and he slept brilliantly. So it's definitely worth doing.